Hello, everyone. It's Dwayna Boswell O'Shell here with the Boswell Law Firm, and it is our first Facebook Live of 2022. I know I've been gone for a little bit, but my plan is to make sure that I am back to doing these every week to make sure that I can share the information to help you make wise decisions in your life and possibly help other people that you know or that you see out in public. My main focus for this month is going to be talking about human trafficking. It's a pretty serious topic to start the month off with, but it is the National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month. So January was proclaimed to be the Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month. And that's been done for a while now. And January is chosen because on January 1st, 1863, I believe, Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, therefore creating the first presidential proclamation of the United States against human slavery. And that is a form of human trafficking. So a lot of people, they know the word, they kind of have a concept of what it means, but they typically will think, well, that really doesn't affect us here in the United States. And that's a pretty dangerous thought to have because the United States is actually one of the top countries for human trafficking. So, what exactly is human trafficking? Human trafficking is a serious crime and it's a violation of a human's rights. It can involve force, it can involve coercion or fraud in order to exploit a person into slave labor or sexual exploitation. It happens to people of all ages. It happens to men, it happens for women. Doesn't matter where you're from, if you were raised rich or in poverty. It's one of those that transcends every boundary that you can think of. It is believed that 1 in 5 human trafficking victims are children. They're exploited for begging on a street corner or anywhere else. Child pornography is really, really rampant in the country, and of course, child labor. So, according to the Bureau of Justice, human trafficking cases reported between January 2008 and June 2010. Some of those statistics, and I'll try to find some updated statistics for later videos, but sex trafficking victims were more likely to be white at 26% or black at 40%, compared to labor trafficking victims who were more likely to be Hispanic, which is 63%, or Asian, 17%. Typically, what we'll see in labor trafficking is going to be a person that's come into the country illegally. The boss or employer knows that that's their status, and so they are having to work long hours for little or to no pay in order to be able to remain in the country and not fear being deported back to their country. Victims frequently don't seek help because they can have language barriers. They're going to be afraid of the person that's trafficking them. They're afraid of law enforcement. It's considered a hidden crime. So a lot of times they're picked up on crimes themselves, such as prostitution is one that we normally see. And they're charged with the crime. They're having to go through the criminal justice system when they're actually the victim of a more heinous crime than what they're committing. So there's some indicators that you can look for to help identify victims of human trafficking. And this isn't exhaustive, and unfortunately, it's not solely exclusive to human trafficking, but it is some things that you can look for. One is they appear malnourished. They appear to be injured or having signs of physical abuse, such as frequent injuries or bruising, black eyes, fat lips, that sort of thing. They avoid eye contact very often. They avoid any kind of social interaction, and they will they will avoid law enforcement to an extreme. Responding in manners that seem rehearsed or scripted. So when you talk to somebody and then you talk to them again and they seem to have the same answers, that would be something that should cause some concerns. They don't typically won't have any kind of personal identification documents, so typically they're not going to have their IDs on them or any kind of documentation that's going to identify who they are. And they often don't have personal possessions. And now you're going to hear my dog interject. So that's Bailey. But so as I said earlier, a lot of people believe that this is something that happens in other countries. It doesn't happen in the United States. So the United States is actually ranked as one of the worst countries globally for human trafficking. It is estimated that almost 200,000 incidents occur within the United States every year. So one of the most extensive data sets on human trafficking can be found at the National Human Trafficking Hotline. And if you believe that somebody is being trafficked, make sure you take down this number. It's 1-888-373-7888. That number again is 1-888-373-7888. It's a confidential helpline, and it'll help any person of any age, religion, race, language, gender, identity, sexual orientation, or disability. You can also send a text. So if you don't want to call, you can send a text to 233-733, and that'll get to them as well. Or you can go to their website. And then once again, that's a human trafficking hotline. So the top 10 states for human trafficking. Number 1 is Nevada. Number 2, Mississippi. 3, Florida. 4, Georgia. 5, Ohio. 6, Delaware. 7, California. 8, Missouri. 9, Michigan. And coming in at number 10 is Texas. So, and I believe those numbers are going to start going up because a lot of the people being detained at the borders for crossing into our country illegally are actually being subjected to human trafficking. Most women that are talked to at the border when they are detained have reported to be sexually assaulted in some manner. So I just encourage everybody to educate yourself on the signs, and I'll be coming back each week and talking a little bit more about different things and how you can identify trafficking and what you can do to help. In the meantime, anybody is welcome to contact us to get more information. You can either call 832-919-6595. You can visit our website at www.boswelltexaslaw.com, or you can email me at service@boswelltexaslaw.com. I look forward to hearing from you and to encouraging you to live your best lives possible, as well as just passing on that information and helping to educate everybody that you know so that we can help to put an end to human trafficking. That's all I have for this week. I hope everybody stays healthy and tries to avoid this new variant of COVID and just has the greatest upcoming week they could possibly have. Until next time, bye for now.